Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you watch this channel. So after Rigathi Gachagua made a statement that he had secretly met Matiang'i and talked about a possible coalition with Fred Matiang'i, whom Jubilee has endorsed, there has been growing concern, especially the area of Kisii, because there are people in ODM, those foot soldiers of ODM in Kisii, most of them from the Gusii community, whom have ultimately decamped to Jubilee.
They are joining the already moving train. Hakuna mtu ambaye saa hizi Kenya hii asikii sauti ya Matiang'i. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Kweli. Na hawa ndugu zetu tumeona ni watu wakalimu sana. Mimi mwenyewe vile mjuavyo, mimi nimekuwa soja number 1 wa Raila Amolo Odinga. Lakini leo namuomba kwa heshima yule mzee ambaye tunamheshimu akuja aungane na sisi katika hii safari to support Matiang'i.
Chama cha Jubilee is a national party and chama cha Jubilee has a national leader in the name of Fred Matiang'i, who is our presidential candidate, ambaye anatakikana na Wakenya wote, sio watu kutoka eneo hili ama eneo lile lingine.
Now this move is already setting a fierce confrontation between the faction of Matiang'i and Osoro's faction, because you remember Osoro being a UDA diehard, always fought ODM, and he fought Jubilee in Kisii because he wanted UDA, strength in UDA to continue growing. But based on the move whereby there are youths who have decamped to Jubilee, there is already fierce confrontation that is building up between the faction of Jubilee and the faction of UDA. And most likely, based on what is happening, UDA is going to lose in Kisii, because based on what I'm seeing here, Matiang'i is going to become the kingpin of Kisii. And should that happen, hiyo inamaanisha kwamba even ODM is going to lose from the Gusii land. Of course, if you go to the Nyanza arithmetic, I think Gusii land iko na counties mbili tu, despite the fact that they are the minority. But you see, what is going to happen is that Matiang'i will be the spokesperson of the Kisii people. Now, let's focus on this meeting between Rigathi and Matiang'i, because there's a statement that Kalonzo also has made, and then there's a picture about Rigathi Gachagua meeting Mithika Linturi. That's why someone said Rigathi Gachagua is overworking himself. Now, before we get further on this, ladies and gentlemen, kindly support this channel by liking and subscribing. That is, if you're not subscribed before. And to our existing subscribers, I want to continue thanking you so much, because without you, this channel won't have grown. So do you think Rigathi Gachagua is overworking himself? Just tell us below in the comment section. Already, Rigathi talked about meeting Matiang'i.
Tukashira na Kalonzo, tunali na Matiang'i, tukashira na Wamalwa na maudunu mega.
We are very pleased that this week our brother Fred Matiang'i will be joining us, and from next week you are going to see a stronger opposition.
And I'm looking at this meeting. Of course, when Gachagua hinted at a Kalonzo candidacy, Matiang'i had not surfaced. But then soon, Jubilee endorsed Matiang'i, and ever since they made that endorsement, Jubilee and the Kalonzo faction have never been meeting. See, it has always been Rigathi to Kalonzo, Kioni, Jeremiah Kioni to Matiang'i. So these meetings zimekuwa zikiwa hivyo. That's why you find that previously, Martha Karua made a pronouncement that it is high time that the country supported a woman candidate.
Niweze kutunza Kenya vile mama anatunza mboma. Mama hawezi kuacha mtoto hata moja kulala njaa. Mumejaribu wanaume siku hizo zote, tafadhali wakati huu jaribuni mama kwa PLP. Asanteni sana.
Some of the people who attended that launch of Martha Karua have hinted at decamping that formation because they term it as a tribal arrangement kind of formation.
Opposition in this country has lacked a vision. It has nothing else to talk about except Ruto must go. Yes, we can remove the president. Very easy. We just need to turn out in large numbers and vote. But what is the use of removing a president and replacing him with a worse person?
Now, what is happening is that Jeremiah Kioni opted to support Matiang'i, and we could as well say that that was a call from Uhuru Kenyatta, who is the party leader. Uhuru Kenyatta is the party leader of Jubilee to date, and Jeremiah Kioni being the Secretary General of Jubilee, we can as well say that he's a spokesperson of Jubilee. Now, when Gachagua opts to meet Matiang'i, the big question is it because he's trying to convince Matiang'i to shelve his ambition? Or is it because he wants Matiang'i to come and support their own choice? What is the agenda, ladies and gentlemen? It's going to be a bit difficult seeing Uhuru and Ruto be on the same side after what Ruto did. And it's going to be very difficult to see Uhuru and Gachagua be on the same side after what Gachagua did to the Uhuru family. So these are very difficult times for Rigathi Gachagua, because looking at the formation and the leadership of the opposition, it seems they are depending on Gachagua. What is going to be difficult here is that Gachagua will want to be the person representing the mountain. Is the person who's representing the mountain, na yeye anaamua uamuzi na hapa na pale. But there is already Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, who has not left the political scene. He also wants to become that person who unites the Mount Kenya and controls the Mount Kenya. So that is the most difficult thing. And that explains why it is not easy to see Uhuru and Gachagua on the same side. But that is what they want. Most of the supporters of Kalonzo and the supporters of Gachagua probably, and others, would want to see that kind of thing happen. But the big question is, who will go to the other? Is it Uhuru to Gachagua or Gachagua to Uhuru? Who is more superior? You see, that has always been the problem in the mountain. That explains why this meeting between Gachagua and Matiang'i, despite the fact that it's supposed to bear fruit and help in opposition's quest to unseat Ruto, it might not help a lot, because I'm not seeing a Matiang'i who's going to shelve his ambitions, because he has looked at the political arena na akaona kwamba this is an opportunity that I must seize. If Matiang'i joins Gachagua and accepts the call from Gachagua, what is going to happen is that Gachagua will be a kingmaker, maybe, but there is no way that Kalonzo is going to shelve his ambition. And Matiang'i has also seen the possibility of him becoming the president. And there is no way that Kalonzo is going to shelve his ambition and allow Matiang'i to vie, to be the flag bearer. And Ukambani people will not be happy. They say that wewe Kalonzo kila saa unaachia tu watu. They are most likely going to vote the opposite way, and the opposite way will be Ruto's way. If Matiang'i endorses Kalonzo, the Gusii people are not going to be happy, because they look at the opportunities. This is the right time that we must take this position. So the tribal arithmetic hapa, it will pose a huge challenge to this call by Rigathi Gachagua to unify the opposition. Hapo ndo kuna shida. We already seen what Martha Karua said. And according to Martha Karua, I'm not looking at Martha Karua is going to cede ground na awe to spectator. Martha Karua would want to become, maybe in the formation, awe kama prime cabinet secretary. In that formation, awe kama DP. Lakini sio tu mfuasi. And just on the same note, Matiang'i is not going to agree awe tu mfuasi. He want to become someone in that party. Most likely, if not a deputy president, then a president. So that's why you're seeing that this meeting between Gachagua and Matiang'i, a high-level meeting, stakes were high there. But most likely, it could be because Gachagua is about to launch his party. You remember the party? That party is going to be launched beginning next week, because beginning next week ndipo tunaanza na May, and he promised May kwamba ata launch your party. So we can see these meetings of Wamunyoro, people coming to Wamunyoro kama ile Mithika Linturi, you know, Rigathi Gachagua meeting Matiang'i secretly. All these things are trying to prepare the ground for that launch of that party. We don't know whether he's going to attend, but if he attends that party, then that will be a sign that Matiang'i is going to work with the formation. But if he's not going to attend that party launch, then that's a sign that Matiang'i is not going to board that ship. So the dice is cast, but the reality of the situation bado iko inachanganya sana. So let's just wait for what is going to develop. I hope we'll get more information about the meeting, and I'll reveal them here so that you can get to understand the discussion, the secret meeting that was held between Gachagua and Matiang'i. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.